Yes, continuing with the laws of Megillah, the laws of Purim and Megillah, and here we are evaluating and comparing and contrasting Megillah with Mezuza and Teffilin and Sefer Torah. So there's a halakha, God forbid, if a Sefer Torah falls to the ground. Huh? So what does a person have to do? What? They have to fast. They have to fast slow. They have to fast. They have to fast. They have to fast. Now, what happens if mezuzah falls from your hand? Holding a mezuzah falls to the ground. What? You always fast. Just fast. Just make sure you only hold a mezuzah on Yom Kippur. What? So what if tefillin fall from your hand? Tefillin? Huh? Kiss it, but you have to fast like Sefer Torah? No. And what if a Megillah falls from a person's hand? So Sefer Torah you have to fast, definitely. Tefillin, he brings over here, Rabbi Yosef, he brings over here from the Shut Lev Chaim, from Rabbi Chaim Palaji, that he says if a mezuzah falls from a person's hand, they don't have to fast. Why? Because the kedusha, the holiness of a mezuzah, is not compared to the holiness of tefillin. What do you know about the holiness of tefillin? He says tefillin only we fast. If tefillin fall from a person's hand, you fast. But he says that custom of fasting when tefillin fall, he did not find a source for it. It's something that has developed, he says over here. But I don't have a source for it in the Talmud, in the Rishonim, halachic authorities. and fine, we fast, but out of a custom that has developed. And tefillin, since it's a fast, that custom has developed no source in the Talmud, and that's higher in degree than mezuzah. So if a mezuzah falls, we don't fast. What about Megillah? Megillah is not holier than tefillin, and therefore, if Chaz v'Shalom, if a Megillah falls to the ground, says Rabbi Yosef, he rules from that, and tzarich litanot, we do not have to fast. However, aval iten pidyon atanit litzdaka, but we have to give a pidyon, some sort of equivalence of what it's worth not to fast to tzedakah. So it's like, hey, I'll say, yeah. Somebody comes to you in Yom Kippur, is like, yo, $20, I'll get you out of here. But would you pay? Or $100 or $1,000, whatever it is. What is the value of not fasting? Whatever the pidyon is something substantial. So if God forbid a Megillah falls from the ground, we're talking about a Megillah scroll, not a printed one and not on a paper and a scroll, then a person has to indeed redeem the fast by giving tzedakah in a substantial, fair amount. And another quick halakha is: are we allowed to, like in a Sefer Torah, we're not allowed to touch the parchment when you're rolling it to prepare it for to move it from one place to the next to fix the fascia? You can touch the parchment. But when you're reading the Sefer Torah on Shabbat, on the morning, you can't touch the parchment itself. You have to avoid touching the parchment. What about Megillah? Should we have to avoid touching the parchment of the Megillah, the cloth of the Megillah, or not? Avadi brings two opinions. Some say not to touch it, some say you can touch it. But he brings over here the Radbaz that says we never saw anybody that avoided touching the scroll. Everybody touches the scroll. We read the Megillah, everybody. We're talking about Megillah Esther, and therefore we don't. He holds that you don't have to be, you could continue in your custom of not of still being able to touch it. However, he brings a good idea that we should do netilat yadayim with our bracha before we touch the Megillah, just to bring purity to our hands before we touch the Megillah. We're going to end off with that. Amen.